This documentary was brought to you by Gordon History Channel. LaSalle's Path of Exploration by Jared Gale. Reine Robert Cavalier was born on November 22nd, 1643 in Rouen, France. His nickname was Robert de LaSalle. Rouen, his home city, was a port. His father, Jean Cavalier, was a merchant, along with his brother Henry. His family consisted of 5 boys and 1 girl. His mother, Catherine Gist, was a homemaker. LaSalle was a property outside of Rouen that the family owned, hence the nickname Robert de LaSalle. Throughout his formative years, he learned to speak 7 languages. There were French, Greek, Hebrew, Latin, Arabic, Spanish, and Italian. His father wanted him to be a priest. However, he resigned as a Jesuit when they wanted him to go to a college in Paris and major in theology. Before this, they declined his wishes to be transferred to China or Portugal in 1666. After he resigned, he did not want to become a merchant like his father. He could not receive allowances from his father because he forfeited these rights when he took his Jesuit vow. Instead, he decided to become an explorer. Therefore, he took a small income from his family and sailed to explore New France in 1666. As soon as LaSalle arrived in present-day Canada, he realized it was very different from Rouen. Rouen had busy streets and was filled with people. However, in New France, there were only 300 people. He was young and he had a connection. His brother Abbe Jean was a priest of the Sulpicians. 3 years after being in New France, LaSalle was interested to find a passageway to the Indies. After learning the native language, he heard of the Ohio River and the Mississippi River. LaSalle thought the Mississippi emptied into the Gulf of California, where he could find a passageway to China. On 4th, he began planning his first expedition. In 1669, he met Louis Joliet and Jacques Marquette. He went on to explore the Ohio River and extended to Louisville, Kentucky. On his way back to Canada, he found Fort Frontenac. He said to the Native Americans, "I come to you as a friend and a brother. I wish to buy your furs. I will pay you for them in guns and powder, knives, hatchets, kettles, beads, and such other articles as you want. Thus you can do me good, and I can do you good. We can be brothers. I am building a vessel that I may visit other tribes, purchase their furs, and carry them to our goods. Let us smoke the pipe of friendship and shake hands. The Great Spirit will be pleased to see us, his children, love one another, and help each other. I will establish a trading post here, where I can collect my furs, where you can come to sell them. And here you will find mechanics, who will mend your guns, knives, and kettles, when they get out of order." In 1674, LaSalle returned to France and claimed Fort Frontenac. In doing so, he became prosperous. He rebuilt Fort Frontenac in stone in Canada. On August 7, 1679, LaSalle traveled with a man named Henry de Tonty. they sailed the first full ship, Le Griffon. Into the Great Lakes. They started at Fort Frontenac, where they obtained supplies. LaSalle used his friendship with the Native Americans to find a route to Fort Conty. From there, they sailed from Lake Erie to Lake Huron to what is now Green Bay, Wisconsin, home of the Green Bay Packers. In 1680, LaSalle built Fort Miami. From there, they continued to South Illinois and built Fort Crevecoeur. LaSalle left Tonty to replenish supplies. In his absence, the fort was destroyed. LaSalle got 18 Native Americans and united with Tonty. Together in 1680, they sailed down the Mississippi. LaSalle founded Louisiana and named it after King Louis XIV. He buried a cross claiming the land for France. It is believed that LaSalle said these words, "In the name of Louis the Great, and in virtue of the commission I hold in my hand, I take possession of the country of Louisiana, its seas, harbors, ports, bays, and adjacent straits, and also of all the nations, people, provinces, cities, towns, villages, mines, minerals, fisheries, streams, and rivers, comprised in the extent of the said Louisiana, from the mouth of the great river called Ohio, and this with the consent of the people dwelling therein, with whom we have made alliance, and also of the rivers which discharge themselves within, from the sources of the great Mississippi. I hereby protest against all those who may in future undertake to invade any of these countries, to the prejudice of the right of His Majesty, acquired by the consent of all the nations here named. Of this I take witness, all those who hear me, and demand an act of no tarry, as required by law." In 1683, he built Fort St. Louis and once again left Tonty in charge while he returned to France for supplies. He gathered 4 ships and 300 colonists. However, 1 ship sank, 1 captured by pirates, and 1 got lost, and LaSalle landed in Victoria, Texas. As a wise man once said, "Storm after storm rises dark o'er my way." When he returned, he spent much of his time searching for the Mississippi River. In the process, Pierre Duhart killed him on March 19, 1687. In his absence, Native Americans overran Fort St. Louis in 1688. Many places are named in LaSalle's honor. In addition, Louisiana still has some French culture, such as Mardi Gras, because he claimed it for France. In conclusion, Reign Robert Cavalier's legacy is still apparent throughout America. His love of exploration and knowledge helped define America. Le fin. This documentary was brought to you by Gordon History Channel. Thank you, viewers like you.